paper, I won't glow. Whole world red, but my soul won't fold. They say you paper, I see power in the shine. Same old owners, just a different logo sign. You chase notes, they stack metal in the vault. Holding twisted, that was never all your fault. Rich man cry in the penthouse made of glass. Kid on the block, crack a smile with no cash. If you think money is the only master key, you can download it and never feel free. Federal money never backed by gold. Same few hands keep the whole world cold. Print that fit and they tweet that rate. They set the price on what's on your plate. You blame yourself when the numbers climb, but they read the scale, they been taxing time. You hold paper like they can't burn through. One press, one click, they erase your roof. Gold just metal, but the feeling run deep. Crown on a king, gave his ego sleep. Chains on the wall, still hum that pride. All that history trapped in the shine. They picture small from the day you heal, and past the trade and sale you feel. Bless your hunger, curse your greed, flick that guilt into their feed. Call you evil just for wanting more. Why they buying up the coast and shore? They love when you call them metal sin. Keeps you broke while they cash it in. One soul drowning in silk and wine. Got every toy but a hollow mind. Another one sleeping on a busted frame. Still find peace, still feel no shame. You think money gonna fix that lack? Whole life running on a broken track. New car, facelift, house on land. Still feel empty with a full damn head. Real cage lives in your own head space. Voice saying you ain't worth that case. All those limits that you never wrote came from someone else's quote. Miss playing Hootie from the Shadow Stone. Said one is best and the other wrong, but everything breathing dust domain came from the same wide open plane. Though not dirty, greed the stain. Blame the motive, not the vein. They keep you craving while they play be good. Fun they power off your shoe. Used to playing with your palm held high. Scrolling at me till your eyes run dry, but the real plug live inside your chest. Once you trust that you already dead. They say you paper, I see power in the shine. Same old owners, just a different logo sign. You chase notes, they stack metal in the vault. Holding twisted, that was never all your fault. Rich man cry in a penthouse made of glass. Kid on the block, crack a smile with no cash. If you think money is the only master key, you can download it and never feel free. When you're on your mind, I got checks in small. Go to no goal, you still stand tall. They can run the grid off numbers on the screen. You run your world off a heart that's clean. Yeah. Close your eyes, feel your feet leave ground. Ain't no wires, that's just neurons getting loud. Notice on my mind, 1,000 petals in the air. Every thought levitating like it's hanging overhead. Change my resume, scribe it, he don't bite. I'm still in this world, but I'm not in this height. Yo, they stuck in survival, I'm tuned to evolution. Brain like a temple, rewiring the pollution. When I open up the crown and let the quiet in, I can float above my story, still vibing in the skin. They told you brain just me, but it's really tuned receivers. Different lobes, different stakes, different dream weaver speakers. Yellow mind on autopilot, washing dishes, playing the roles. Middle brain, flipping channels, reading futures in your soul. Every spark on the neuron is a string on the heart. Millions fire at once, build a floating picture in the dark. Not inside the skull, it's hovering overhead. Whole hologram of future where your whole self's dead. If you hold one vision like a Buddha in a trance, it is your whole gravity gives the new you a chance. Stars levitate first, body just follow suit. Field turns, anti-weight roots slip out the road. Is on my mind, 1,000 petals in the air. Every thought levitating like it's hanging overhead. Change my resonance, gravity don't bite. I'm still in this world, but I'm not in this height. They worship that fear, I'm married to the climb. Every step through the clouds rewrites my whole timeline. Once you taste that stillness sitting right behind the eyes, you don't beg the ground for mercy when it starts to rise. Stay wired, your neurons round hunger and threat. pained out, jealousy, whole personality set. Every little trigger is a survival reflex. Body stuck with pain, living trauma in your chest. But I can cut those cables, let the circuits fall asleep. Swap a rage, loop out for a vision I keep. 30 days focused on a single shining form. Watch the old net crumble like it never was born. Past ain't changed, it's patterns in your brain. Unplug one cluster, you step out the same lane. New thought hovering east, the way to what you've been. To the future that you bitchin', pour your body in. Open up the lotus, count the petals one by one. Each layer that you blossom is a lifetime done. When you reach that blue sitting right in the core, you traded every wound for a mind that's more. Levitation ain't magic, it's a feel-gone kick. Same price on next life, waiting right here. When your frequency is higher than a put of this plane. You in this dimension, but you not in this plan. I ain't at war with matter, I'm just changing how it hums. Turn the beat flat up to the whole room crumbs. Ain't no new, I live in another slice of time. You look like you're here, but you already climbed. Moved on and lotus ain't just pretty on the heart. It's a code for the brain, how to step out the car. Shit so deep and focused that your world starts to lift to the past. It's ours, all that's left is the gift. From blood selling soul just to make it one more round. I'd rather lose my toner than be nailed to this ground. When you conquer your emotions and the stories that they spin, you don't need wing, you don't mindless suicide. It's on my mind, 1,000 petals in the air. Every thought levitating like it's hanging overhead. Change my resonance, gravity don't bite. I'm still in this world, but I'm not in this height. They chase one more life, I'm chasing one more state. Every breath in the silence is a step out of faith. When you know you ought to feel, not the way you see. You can solve about the story and still move free. So if you see me out, but don't call it a tree. It's just a brain in tune with a higher click. You grounded in fear, I'm anchored in a unseen. Same room, same street, but a different beat. Life feels scripted, time to flip that code. How would they print it in my jeans if fold? This ain't church, this is upgrade class. Rewriting every program I had at last. Pouring in the tech age, genome on the screen. Proving that a mind can't hack its own machine. I'm trying to build a body that my soul won't waste. Brain so clean, no shame, no chase. If I level up out every choice on 10, I don't just live once, I live again and again. They said that's your DNA, stay inside the frame. But the code got switches you can light like flame. You can mutate, habits fit the script, don't pain. Trade old patterns for a long game brain. We just stuck in old mode, 3 base drives. Fear, hunger, ego, just to feel alive. If you ain't done that chapter, go run it out fast. And drop that file in the recycle trash. Body just hardware, mind is the old west. Stop mining flesh for gold till there's nothing left. Let the muscles rest, let the hunger cool. Feed the cortex, treat knowledge like fuel. This ain't church, this is upgrade class. Rewriting every program in my head at last. Born in the tech age, genome on the screen. Proving that a mind can't hack its own machine. I'm trying to build a body that my soul won't waste. Brain so clean, no shame, no chase. If I keep learning, keep applying what I know. 200 year young, still refusing to slow. Whole time, old space, that cycle can fade. New mode unlocked by the choices you made. In the whole world, you react in the new you see. You don't need to beg, you just need to be. 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 We got cells like an army waiting on a call, ready to transform when the mindset falls. Change the break standards, no reserve, new oust in the body follows like no doubt. First time ever with them pause, our chemistry. Tell the old feelings sit, let new ones be. No more chasing quick hits, toxic highs, let the old kingdom grind. Watch a new one rise. Every day say to what you wear, what you do isn't making you louder or dragging on you. If your thoughts fast or a dirty new rag, clean water turns buddy, then your future lasts. We in a break in a timeline, access and shift. Error when the lies and the truth both get sifted. Old systems crumble when the knowledge drives. Always God forbidden, now sits in the shop. Can study your mind like a scientist does. Turn trauma into wisdom, not a lifelong buzz. When the lessons learned, that's just marked the ground. Proof that you lived it and won that round. Can a body feel lighter than the pull away? Yeah, but first the mindset gotta elevate. Can't keep feeding off guilt, pain, control. Then expect your frame to glow like gold. No more playing puppeteer with the words you know. Squeezing their trust just to feel your own glow. Power's a drug, you can overdose fast. Steal it from the weed, thinking it will last. Every look you sack becomes your next street sport. Same chaff waiting when you come back on. So I'd rather do the work, clean house in my head, than wake up in a sequel with the same old dress. This ain't church, this is a pre-class. We riding every program in my head at last. Born in the tech age, genome on the screen, proving that a mind can't hack its own machine. I'm trying to build a body that my soul won't waste. Brain so clean, no shame, no chase. If I keep learning, keep applying what I know. 200-year John still refusing, just slow. Old time, old space, and cycle can't fade. New mood alive by the traces you made. In the old world you react, in the new you see. You don't need to pay, you just need to be. You just need to be. Plug a brain to the net, no skin, no face. Would you wanna live inside the world you made? What if every thought you think ran the feed all day? Every dark little wish on the front page play. Whole world scrolling on the code in your head. Would you tap accept or would you panic instead? We scream big brother while we hide our tabs, but we crash this planet with our own rehab. If my mind was the cloud and the law in the streets, would I trust my own brain with that many receipts? Picture this, nobody, just a brain and glass. Fed, clean nutrients, no days, no past. Cables in the cortex, wired to the main. One mind driving every system, every train. You be the algorithm, not just on the app. Your mood swings turning into global maps. Every petty verse becomes a policy move. Every late night fantasy a feature they approve. We're in the test zone, edge of the Milky Way, where nobody hears what you don't say. Privacy training wheels before the crash, but the tech creeping in, gonna read that cash. What if every thought you think ran up feed all day? Every dark little wish on the front page play. Whole world scrolling on the code in your head. Would you tap accept or would you panic instead? We scream big brother while we hide our tabs, but we crash this planet with our own rehab. If my mind was the cloud and the law in the streets, would I trust my own brain with that many receipts? We say I'm just human, laugh it off in a tweet, but your private search bar got claws and teeth. You flame what you see on the news at night and think the same thing with the camera off sight. All that I never verse you what you do. If nobody watch but a clone of you. You hate the wolf dressed up in a cloak of white, but you'd wear the same fur if the price was right. Every thought is a seed in the future patch. If you don't play it now, it's still cute in the batch. You wake up one life in the world you spun, thinking why this hell is the code you run. They told us morals was some old head speech, but it's really just the stuff your mind can't breach. Not about rules, it's if you had the switch, would you flip this world just to scratch in it? You got a pen in your head, write futures in ink. Every unchecked urge is a loaded link. If you wouldn't live under your own command, why you let that mess still run your hand? You got a whole stable of moods out west. Lust, guilt, envy, power attack. Any new idea that hits your eyes, we drag through that mud just to see what vibes. We gotta walk in the dark and start naming things. Call the itch by its name, see the puppet strings. Once you pull up from the shadows or the inner light, it can drop the car or steal your life. But we love the rush, so we keep it vague. Turn our own chaos into daily play. Say we want peace, but we won't try games. Won't trade cheap thrills for upgraded brand. What if every dog who think ran the feed all day? Every dark little wish on the front page play. Whole world scrolling on the code in your head. Would you tap accept or would you panic instead? We scream big brother while we hide our tabs, but we crash this planet with our own rehab. If my mind was the cloud and the law in the streets, Guess what, I trust my own brain with that many receipts. So I'm bleeding my drive like my life on cam. If the world ever run on them beat I am, I want that string to be something I choose. Not a good G lube, I forgot to diffuse. In my mind, not just stones and sand. Ancient blueprints sitting in my own two hands. Every night hard on a scale versus feather. Was I heavy with dirt or did I move better? Whole day judged by the way that I live. Not the drip on my skin, but the weight of what I give. They had a whole city where everyone was royal. Kids, women, men, all equal, all loyal. No have not, no flex off pain. Just a throne that meant you carried everybody's brain. Picture a crown that ain't built on fear. Ruler as the parent of the whole place here. Not a king for the selfies or the body count, but the one checking is your conscience, like does it amount? Temples wide open, knowledge in the air. No one banned from the books every mind could share. Little kids walking like visiting the stars. Treat them like gods, they'll remember who they are. Tech so wild, we ain't hit that yet. Moving stone with a thought, we still cutting checks. No crime scheme, no hunger in the streets. Whole city was the bag and everybody eats. Every night hard on the scale versus feather. Was I heavy with dirt or did I move better? Whole day judged by the way that I live. Not the drip on my skin, but the weight of what I give. They had a whole city where everyone was royal. Kids, women, men, all equal, all loyal. No have not, no flex off pain. Just a throne that meant you carried everybody's brain. Then time passed, power got a new face. Fake pharaoh slid in just to own that place. Same shape, same stones, different type of soul. Turned a living code into their control. Now you see pyramids and logos and trends, but not the old rule that made equals of friends. Whole map full of isms fighting for the might. Democracy, fascism, pick your type. Some folks scared of that blueprint reborn, cause it kills every system built on keeping you torn. One clean seed could crack all this noise if the ones in charge live like they raised all the boys. What's a light heart in a world like this? Probably scrolling past drama, not reposting years. Probably checking yourself when the ego flares. Not stacking your wins on somebody else's tears. Being divine ain't halos in the sky. How your whole power when you finally get the high. Can you stand on the stage and not sell out the crowd? Walk back home with your conscience still proud. It's all kids, it's upgrades, not just small talk. Tiny mortals learning how the giants walk. Mom and dad of the nation in more than blood. It was I lift your mind before I eat your cud. Imagine leaders who don't need to spend tea. Cause the law is simple, live light, live clean. If your heart hits the plate and it sinks like stone, you don't get the steed, you go work on your own. Now we chasing status off clicks in spite. Old feet heavy, no feather in sight. But you can bring that cold back quietly inside. Angel day asking what my heart still glides. Every night hard in the scale versus feather. Was I heavy with dirt or did I move better? Whole day judged by the way that I live. Not the trip on my skin with the weight of what I give. They had a whole city where everyone was royal. Kids, women, men, all equal, all loyal. Maybe model guys and clouds and wings. Just people build light doing heavy things. So when the lights go down and it's just you, no crowd. Strip off titles, money being proud. If your chest feels light like a feather on glass, you just tapped into a kingdom that was never in the past. Yeah. Evolve, we don't, that's the real red flag. Whole new army in a microscopic bag. Sneaky little ghosts in the air, no sound. Upgrade every day while we stay locked down. You can't can't bomb what you can't even see. So why you still dirty in your energy? Next warring tanks on a desert road. It's a code in the cells that can flip your mode if your mind's still stuck in the same old place. You the last stronghold, they gon' storm again. They talking World War III like nukes and jets, but the real front lines and the fluids and sweats. Everything you tighten while you binge, no change. You the perfect host for a brand new strain. Smart little bugs learn fast from the hit. Beat every drug that we throw in the mix. They adapt overnight, rewrite their script. We stay running back to the same old fix. You wanna live through a stealthy campaign, gotta clean down more than your hands and veins. Hole in the vibe, got a shift gon' clear. No swamp inside for an army to steer. Skinny little ghosts in the hair, no sound. Upgrade every day while we stay locked down. Can't bomb what you can't even see. So why you still dirty in your energy? Next warring tanks on a desert road. It's a code in the cells that can flip your mode if your mind's still stuck in the same old pain. You the last stronghold, they gon' storm a beam. All these plagues tuned tight to your low bass drives. Food, fear, power, 3 seals of your life. They fit like a key in the lock. You guard every toxic habit is a calling card. Talk big on hills, but your thoughts run wide. Stress, hate, envy in a neat little pie. You clean your screen, but you won't clean you. Then blame the air when your past comes good. This ain't country versus country, your state of mind. Same attitude glister across the world wide. They don't care flag color when they sweep the map. They just follow where people won't cut they crap. They say I'm fear-mongering, yelling in the square. I'm just pointing at a timeline already bad. Question is simple, are you in a line or you gonna step? Let the truth base refine. You can't scrub a room if you still love dirt. Can't dodge the hit if you live like the herd. Once you see a mind is the field you're in, you start mopping up from the core, not skin. Viruses respawn like speed run lives. Die, flip, respawn, a brand new drive. They show you how fast will change can be. Why you say that's just the way I'm built, that's me. Truth is harsh if you never evolve. You the private piece, nature trying to dissolve. Not some curse, just a code that reads. No update here, cut off the feed. So I'm trimming my noise, tightening my head. Turned on loops all before they turn me dead. If I know I am the environment here, I don't leave one crack for that army to steer. Sticky little ghosts in the air, no sound. Upgrade every day while we stay locked down. You can't bomb what you can't even see. So why you still dirty in your energy? Next warring tanks on a desert road. It's a code in the cells that can flip your mode if your mind's still stuck in the same old pit. You the last stronghold, they gon' storm again. So when the news say play, don't check on my soul. Not in some holy way, just system control. If I keep my field clear, thoughts sharp, heartbreak, I'm not just surviving, I'm dodging away. Freeze and dries, DNA involves. Future on ice while we chase our foes. They clone engineers out the marrow and dust. Einstein in the Petri, Ramses in the crust. Those nationals bidding on a single base pair. Why you only care about your likes and your hair? Ancient code seeping in a shard of bone. Spin it in the lab, make a mind full grown. They gon' wake up monsters and things for the fight. Why you scrolling past the science every night? We wire brains to machines that test already run. Probe in the cortex, cursor on the gun. If a chip can read thought and push a command, what you think they'll do with a legend strands? They kept that tissue from the brightest we had. Map every fold, every spark, every mat. Copy that pattern, print a new mind. Genius on tap for whoever signs. Old kings rap tight so the genes don't rot. They knew they'd be back when the world got hot. Pure line code in a royal spine. Now spun in the lab for a different design. They cloning genius out the marrow and guts. Einstein in the Petri, Ramses in the crust. Multination who's bidding on a single base pair. Why you only care about your likes and your hair? Ancient code seeping in a shard of the bone. Spin it in the lab, make a mind full grown. They gon' wake up monsters and saints for the fight. While you scrolling past the science every night, ask yourself this: what's a perfect gene? In the life scene with a spotless string, what would that cells look like on a slide? Maybe that's the armor when the plagues collide. Now imagine that template in the wrong hands, edited flip for somebody's plan. Holy reputation with a corporate tag, divine 2.0 in a branded bag. You think too small, rent, food, lust. They thinking need parks, packings, trust. You chase a jet, babe, chase a crown on the world where by your cold words the town. If they can clone a sheet, they can clone your dead. Whole graveyard waiting to be rearrayed. Ancestors, heroes, villains, all one bone fragment, and they get that call. Future truth thrown from the cleanest line. Don't you walk through wars you can't be fine. No drug beats bugs that adapt that fast, so they banking on dreams that were built to last. But why you not chasing camera fun? Never crack a buck on what's being done. Say science is boring, then cry when you see headlines screaming by biology. People study all scripting the board, choosing which boasted a brand new form. Wanting to resurrect minds from stone to fight the next war on the cellular throne. Viruses leveling up every week, 3 mutations deep before you even speak. They changing more in a month-long span than you having your whole life plan. They cloning genius, stop dumb arrow and covers. Einstein in a Petri, Ramses in the crust. Multinationals bathing on a single base pair. Why you wouldn't care about your lights in your head? Dixie cold sipping in the shard of bone. Spin it in the land, make a mind full bone. They gon' wake up monsters, it seems for the fight. Why you scrolling past the science every night? It ain't doom talk, it's a window view of a wild new game being played without you. You can stay small or you can tune in, start learning the codes that we write scheme. Yeah. Whole life on camera, but the script ain't yours. Play 1,000 roles, still empty at the core. You ain't like a legend on a silver screen, but the body paid the price for the scene you dream. Every line you rehearsing, speak in your flesh. Can't fake it forever, it'll show in a mesh. Ooh, you got words in your head that you never let breathe. So you hate your own skin when you gotta leave. If you won't let your dreams touch bone and blood, they turn into poison in your own flood. She was perfect by the magazine's law. Red carpet angel with a cancer at the core. Played every role they wrote, sold every frame. But the script she lived carved the final line. Said we all acting you to really show. New too late with those characters, so you can't keep downloading trauma for the check without the body signing off in the net. Camera cuts, but the brain still runs. Every fake breakdown, every loaded gun. You memorize pain till it feels like you, then wonder why your real life bleeds straight through. You ain't like a legend on a silver screen, but the body paid the price for the scene you dream. Every line you rehearse sinks deep in your flesh. Can't fake it forever, it'll show in the mesh. You got worlds in your head that you never let breathe. So you hate your own skin when you gotta leave. If you won't let your dreams touch bone and blood, they trying to poison in your own flood. Same story offset, no lights, no cool. Just you on the couch with a private view. In your head, you the star, villain king. Out of you won't move, you just pull that string. When you treat your body like a rental car, search it for the rush, then dream you a star. Double life in the dark backstage, where you never let the script hit the real life page. So you sink in the gap between dream and day. Mainly on top, then you crash and break. Fanatic in your mind, but your feet won't still. That's how you get stuck in your own regret. That's within, so without ain't a proof for the wall. That's why you keep meeting the same downfall. Same type partner, same type fight. Cause the inside script never changed one line. You want different, but you won't recast. Still hiring trauma for every path. If you wrote yourself so big, but you live yourself small. Your nervous system holds the brawl. Real freedom's when the dream in the body alive. What the scene in your scope is a shot in time. Now fantasy loops you inflate up, on crazy step. Now matches the whole. Healing ingrained some guilt away. Dragging your secret roles into the day. Let the body feel what the mind's been on. So the fanfic life can actually don't. You can cosplay pain or you can flip that on. Be the writer active to its phone. But if you keep faking walls for applause, don't be shocked when your sales sign a clause. You act like a legend on a silver screen, but the body pay the price for the scenes you dream. Every line you rehearse seems speak in your flesh. You can't fake it forever. It'll show in them days. You got worlds in your head that you never let breathe. So you hate your own spin when you gotta leave. If you won't let your dreams touch blown in blood, they turn to poison in your own flood. So next time you write that late night script, ask would I live this or just get lit. Cause any role you wear, even just saying your mind, is a contract your body gon' sign in time. Just wanna squat, feel like spotlight on my brain. No crowd, no stage, just the truth and the pain. Like some all-seeing lens, watching every little spin. Not the judge, just to flip what I'm carrying within. You say, why don't you love me? I say, I barely like me. Got a locked room full of secrets that you'll never see. If I told you every thought that I hide in my head, would you still hold my face or just bounce instead? We addicted to the feelings like a hard street drug. Call it love, but it's really just a chemical tug. Real love ain't bodies, it's the truth, baby. If I can't show you my monster, I was never really there. Whole relationship built on I'm fine, we good. With my mind in the shadows doing what it would. I've had nightmares, fantasy scripts so wild, I be scared to admit them to my inner child. So I kiss you, yo, would you play my role? While a whole other movie's running in my skull. That gap between who I am and what I show is why my chest feels heavy everywhere I go. Dark night of this soul ain't candles and chance. This detox off the feelings you wore like pants. Shaking through the high of your favorite pain, till you stand there sober in your own brain. You say, why don't you love me? I say, I barely like me. Got a locked room full of secrets that you'll never see. If I told you every thought that I hide in my head, would you still hold my face or just bounce instead? We addicted to the feelings like a hard street drug. Call it love, but it's just a chemical tongue. Real love ain't bodies, it's the truth, hey, babe. If I can't show you my monster, I was never really there. I cried over scenes nobody else knew. Not cause they hurt you, cause I knew they were true. 3 little switches in my brain go off. Felt like drowned in the storm, out to team this scarf. I say you're the problem when your song, your past. But any face could fit this script I cast. There was one big template for my old design. Same kind of drama, just a different side. If love starts hit the mind, not in sweating sheets, then it's telling you my story till it hurts to speak. Really you see the parts I don't forget. So if you stay, it's cause you chose me to live. kids coming clean, 7 cellos on. Whole brain open, ones are always on. Then we trip them down in the lower gear. Teach them change, teach them doubt, teach them cheap new fears. Imagine growing up where you learn the score. That emotion they love and you're worth much more. Where you only give your body when the mind's aligned. The truth is the contract, not the wine. I done both, a liar and the one lie to. Both sides of the mirror, the same is true. You can hand out love if you hate what's inside. You just lose other people, there's a place to hide. So I'm turning on lights in my private hall. Yeah. Aiming every ghost pressed up on the wall. Once I call it out, it don't run my days. Something I face, not the whole damn way. One day if I say I love you for real, it don't mean you know the code behind what I feel. Not just kisses, not just late night texts, but I just did the files I was scared of next. You say why don't you love me? I say I barely like me. Got a lock room for the secrets that you'll never see. If I told you every thought that I hide in my head, would you still hold my face or just down instead? We addicted to the feelings like a hard street drug. Call it love, but it's really just a chemical tug. Real love ain't body, just the truth, baby. If I can't show you my monster, I was never really there. So next time someone asks, do you love me or not? Check if you showed them every hidden flaw. If the answer's no, don't fake that part. You can't get real love with a locked up heart. We in the scroll age, gene code, clickbait, curing surface symptoms, but we still ain't straight. Got maps of the genome in the net in our palm, but the coral while we're sick, still dodging the scam. 21st century, all wires, no heart. We can edit DNA, but we don't fix the stars. Timeline full of sex, violence, kids for views. Tech don't replace morals, it just sells them back to you. Ice sheets breaking, volcanoes talk loud. Lead your own world more while we hype the crowd. In the days ain't trumpets, it's stats and weather. Ask yourself at night, is your life light as a feather? We brag we can cure it cause we found the gene, but the cost of birth, the damage still run unseen. Public eye locked on a shallow 3. Who you touch, what you watch, who you let kids be. You break the young minds, you broke your respawn. Killed your own chance to come back, then they dawn. Destroy the foundation, you burn your own door. No next level waiting like it was before. Someday when the body taps out, lights white, you'll replay every frame in a 4D bite. Whole life screening in a tunnel of glow. You'll be the only judge of the weight. You know, first century, all wires, no heart. We can edit DNA, but we don't fix the star. Timeline full of sex, violence, kids for views. Tech don't replace morals, it just sells them back to you. Ice sheets breaking, volcanoes talk loud. Nature on world more while we hype the crowd. In the days ain't trumpets, it's stats and weather. Ask yourself at night, is your life light as a feather? First drive heavy, got chains in the dirt. Hunger, fear, craving on the show in the herd. 6 higher levels, but we camp on 1. Scrolly, chase highs, call it having fun. Legacy ain't cars, it's the kid you raise. How you treat their minds is your future phase. You're the temp guardian of they soft front lobe. You can wire them for truth or for stunt show mode. Let them ask hard stuff without paying them pain, so they learn that honesty doesn't come with change. Where you fail to evolve, you can coach them through. So one day that next brand toiletry is you. Late night, no phone, just you in your head. Would you pass that test lying back in your bed? If the day got weighed on an unseen scale, would it float in the air or trap like a nail? You only got 7 little signals in play. Illustrate the field, choose a different way. Peace on earth starts with no one punished for truth. Let them drop their shame without losing their roof. We don't need a pastor screaming doom in the square. Just people on know what they didn't choose and repair. Stop all the justice, it's simple math. What you do to others shows up on your path. You rake what you work, life will spin that back. You wear the same code in another track, or you can break loose, treat the ones you made like the next version of you that deserves an upgrade. Real love ain't just bodies in a filter face. It's who turned on the best in you and gave it space. Someone so solid that you leveled your game. That spring in your chest, don't burn that flame. 21st century, all wires, no heart. We can edit DNA, but we will send back to you. Ice sheets breaking volcanoes, top loud, old nature on warmer while we light the crowd. In the days they trumpets hit stats and weather. Ask yourself at night, is you life, light as a feather. You don't need to rewind, just unlock your mind. You need to check what you want and end it right. Change is just a choice that you locked in your mind. So tomorrow's replay is different this time. I'm begging for a miracle to hit me like a shot. I'd rather take 1,000 small wake-ups day by day. Small wake-ups that can take the weight and still will stay. I talk to my shadow so long it knows my name by shot. If it used to be my enemy, we ended that old war. Now it walks beside me, honest man to man. No mask, no running, no hiding in the plan. Same road, same breath, me and my shadow, no more war. I'm not perfect, but I'm wide awake. Mind, heart, and body in play. If I fall, I rise up slow, still in that plane. 369 on my chest, I breathe and I stay. Wait, I don't get lost in those loops that never end. When the vibe drops low, I face it, no defense. I hold it in my arms, I don't call it my offense. The answer isn't running from winter, it's coming back to my end. I keep a fire in my soul when days feel cold. I return to my center, quiet repair. No lies to myself, no panic in the air. I'm not escaping the storm, I'm learning to hold my cold. I used to measure my worth by how fast I could run, by how much I did per day, how much I could take. Never saying life is heavy, never letting my face break. Trying to heal in one song with my body ass in 1,000 run. Anxiety on the neck, the mind tied in a knot. I spoke to guilt, it didn't wanna hear. I watched it in silence until it got tired of sitting here. I learned forgiveness isn't the past, changing is choosing what I'm not. I took a deep breath, I turned the bright screen down. I killed the inner war, I sat right there. I told my pain, sit with me, don't disappear, stay there. I don't want you, God, I want you to teach me what I drowned down. 369 on the table, paper, pen, and time. I started sorting thoughts like clean, readable code. Each bar, a step upward, each line a stronger road. A calmer, stay more solid, build one wrong at a time. I'm not perfect, but I'm wide awake. Mind, heart, and body in one place. If I fall, I rise up slow, still in that plan. 369 on my chest, I breathe and I stay away. I don't get lost in those loops, it never end. When the vibe drops low, I face it, no defense. I hold it in my arms, I don't call it my offense. The answer isn't running from winter, it's coming back time. I learned that focus. I'm not begging for a miracle to hit me like a shot. I'd rather take 1,000 small wake-ups day by day. Small wake-ups that can take the weight and still will stay. I talk to my shadow so long it knows my name by shot. If it used to be my enemy, we ended that old war. Now it walks beside me, honest man to man. No mask, no running, no hiding in the plan. Same road, same breath, me and my shadow, no more horror. I'm not perfect, but I'm wide awake. My heart and body in one plan. If I fall, I rise up slow, still in that plan. 369 on my chest, I breathe and I stay. Wait, I don't get lost in those loops that never end. When the vibe drops low, I face it, no defense. I hold it in my arms, I don't call it my offense. The answer isn't running from winter, it's coming back to my end. I keep a fire in my soul when days feel cold. I return to my center, quiet repair. No lies to myself, no panic in the air. I'm not escaping the storm, I'm learning to hold my cold. I used to measure my worth by how fast I could run, by how much I did per day, how much I could take. Never saying life is heavy, never letting my face break. Trying to heal in one song with my body ass in 1,000 run. Anxiety on the neck, the mind tied in a knot. I spoke to guilt, it didn't wanna hear. I watched it in silence until it got tired of sitting here. I learned forgiveness isn't the past, changing is choosing what I'm not. I took a deep breath, I turned the bright screen down. I killed the inner war, I sat right there. I told my pain, sit with me, don't disappear, stay there. I don't want you gone, I want you to teach me what I drowned down. 369 on the table, paper, pen, and time. I started sorting thoughts like clean, readable code. Each bar, a step upward, each line a stronger road. A calmer, stay more solid, build one wrong at a time. I'm not perfect, but I'm wide awake. Mind, heart, and body in one day. If I fall, I rise up slow, still in that plane. 36 net on my chest, I breathe and I stay away. I don't get lost in those looping never end. When the vibe drops low, I face it, no defense. I hold it in my arms, I don't call it my offense. The answer isn't running from winter, it's coming back twine. I learned that focus isn't only study and grind. It's knowing what doors are closed when they all say come in. Saying no and no speed because peace is how you win. My peace costs more than any chance that steals my mind. The mind makes noise, the body leaves a sign. The soul is the quiet voice and never begged, it won't shout. If you don't listen like it's smarter, it will wear you out. It repeat the same lesson until you learn the sign. I saw my reflection, no filter, no soul. I don't stop like it just, it only knows how to blame. I tell myself you tired, but you still know the game. Rewrite, keep walking, don't quit when the skies go low. I don't need to prove the world a single thing. What matters is not betraying myself or nobody. Saying my victory is sleeping with a pot, just calm and clear, knowing I did what I could inside my day. That's everything. I'm not perfect, but I'm wide awake. My heart and body in one plan. If I fall, I rise up so still in that plan. 36 now on my chest, I breathe and I stay away. I don't get lost, get no moving never then. When the vibe drops low, I face it on the fence. I hold it in my arms, I don't call it my offense. The answer isn't running from winter, it's coming back to mine. Yes, it wasn't a focus course or a good fight. It was accepting nobody would do my work for me. Raising frequency isn't smiling all day. This loyalty to me, not letting go of my way. I'm my mind, time drum. Now if I tremble, I tremble fully aware. I don't drown in fear, I watch it but let it go. Where I saw failures, now I see attempt that still can grow. Each attempt is for more brick, more ground, more air. I accept my shadows, I don't make them look cool. I just gain the weight when they hate the flow. And like there's a many that'll ever repeat that more it on. It reminds me I can choose, but noise to dodge was cool. High vibe is it saying I'm not broken, that's a lie. It's folding every beast for love and real care. Though indeed down through that one who dared to care, who dreamed a different life, then built it slow, not high. I'm not perfect, but I'm wide awake. Mind, heart, and body in one plane. If I fall, I rise up slow, still in that plane. 36 9 on my chest, I breathe and I stay away. I don't get lost in those that never end. If anxiety comes back, I feel it, no pretense. I breathe, I hold it inside, no self-violence. Yes, I wasn't changing the you in my verse, it was staying to the end. I learned to be with me, and that's what true. To walk beyond this road, no mess, no fear, not perfect in it. Does the conscience clear, soul in process, in the heart with truths. If one day I forget what I wrote in this song, I come back to these words with my